What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. The Yankees, for the second time this year, I can't believe this, they started a game with 3 straight home runs. The Red Sox, man, they teed off as well, and Rafael Devers, he hit one of the funniest home runs I've ever seen because everyone says he's a little bit chunky. He hit a home run in front of an Ozempic ad. The callouts have been working wonders lately. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he went yard a few days after we called him out, and Xander Bogaerts, same thing. His first home run came 1 or 2 days after we called him out. By the way, in that Jays game where Vladdy went yard, we saw an accidental play of the year. Dalton Varsho basically made a behind-the-back catch after falling over. The Dodgers scored so many runs that Enrique Hernandez had to come into pitch, and he looked like a straight-up Bionicle Lego from 2001. And Francisco Lindor, yeah, he's yet again playing like an MVP. So one New York team can't stop hitting home runs, the Yankees. The other, the Mets, they can't stop winning. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're into these videos. And don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek. Save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets, baseball tickets, concert tickets using code Fuzzy. As well as be sure to download Underdog using code Fuzzy. A lot of you guys have been crushing over there. And by the way, if you sign up today, you'll get a free Luka Pick'em before tonight's game. You're welcome. Every single run in this first game was scored on the home run ball. Bo Naylor, he's another guy I called out recently, and he just missed a home run. It went foul. All good, though, because on the very next pitch, he kept it fair. He rips a home run, his 3rd of the season. Please be what wakes him up. Kwani, he got a piece of this one. Byron Buxton, he tracked it down with a sick sliding catch at the track. That's why he's a platinum glover, one of the best defenders we've ever seen. Ty France, he unloaded on a Tanner Bybee mistake pitch, the only mistake pitch he made all game. That's a 93 meatball right down the middle. Bybee and Paddock only allowed 1 run, but Tanner did it over 7 innings. We're in the 9th inning now. Clase had a 1-2-3 frame. He has back-to-back shutout appearances, just 1 base hit allowed his last 2 innings. Manzo, he calls game. We needed a quick game because this one got delayed 3 or 4 hours. Manzardo now has 8 home runs and a 150 OPS plus. And one more funny thing about this game, just like a funny stat, Clase, he's now 4-0 after getting the W with a near 7 ERA. That's why no one really cares about the W stat anymore, at least pitcher Ws, because it's 100% based off luck. Well, not 100%, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you have no control over if your team scores or whatever. Home runs are not going anywhere. I mean, look, Trent Grisham, he just matched Kyle Manzardo. He's up to 8 home runs as well. It's insane what everyday playing time can do to someone. That's why I'm always kind of careful to call someone a bust until they get everyday reps. Judge, he goes back-to-back with Trent. Kyle Gibson, he's making his first start of the year. I kind of felt bad for him, and now I really feel bad. Ben Rice makes it 3 in a row. It's the 2nd time this year the Yankees have led off a game with 3 home runs in a row. They did it versus their old buddy Nestor Cortez. Gibby, he did get an out, but yeah, it's 4 home runs and 1 inning. Bellinger had his best game in pinstripes. He hit everything hard. That's another home run. Jazz, he hurt his side on 1 swing, and he still was able to double and get on base. He made it to 3rd on an error, but he did have to leave with what's called a flank issue. I don't even know where the flank is. Volpe makes it 5-0. He's been hammering baseballs lately. Judgy, he then turned in a nice sliding web gem over there in right field. He robs Gunnar Henderson. Ben, this is his 2nd of the night. He has 8 home runs and a 181 OPS plus. Goldie singled in another. Oswald Peraza, who came in for Jazz, he collected 2 RBIs on 1 swing. Bellinger, same thing. He had a 3 RBI day, 2 runs on this double right here. By the way, Carlos Rodon had a perfect game going through 5, and that's why he's kind of staring like he's in love after Volpe made that play. And then, yeah, Rodon ruined the perfect game in the 6th. He walked someone, and then Mateo put a pin in the no-no. Rodon still struck out 7. He's been pretty good as of late. He did give up a home run to Gunnar, but it's Gunnar Henderson. He's one of the rare lefties that can catch 95 in at his kneecaps. Orioles fans, I guess they'll take the L if it means that Hendo just woke up. Austin Wells, he had an impressive home run as well. And this was not off a positional player. The 5th home run for the Yankees makes it a 15 spot. The Red Sox hit 5 or 6 home runs as well, but we'll get to that game in a second. 2 more teams scored 15. This next 15 spot was the complete opposite of the Yankees game. The Rangers, they did all of their damage without 1 home run. Not 1. Josh Smith, he snuck one through for the game's first run. Jake Berger, he cashed in on another knock to right field. Leote, he has 5 base hits his last 2 games, so he's waking up. That's an RBI single. Josh Young and Marcus Semien, they ran it up to 5 runs. All of them, again, on singles. A complete 180 from that Yankees game. We have more scoring, but right now it's Jacob deGrom time. He went 6 scoreless on 65 pitches, no walks. He had 7 punch-outs. He has a 1.4 ERA with 20 strikeouts, only 1 walk. His last 18 and a third. DeGoat might be back. Here's the 5th run I was talking about. Simeon, he found a hole. And Adolis, he started a trend. This was the first RBI extra base hit of the game. J.J. Bleday laid out, but that ball gets down. It's a base-clearing double. Wyatt Langford, he's up. Wait, the bases are loaded. He smokes one down the line. All 3 scored. So we have 2 base-clearing doubles. So the Yankees, they were going crazy with the home run ball. The Rangers have 2 bases-clearing doubles. They're about to make it 3. By the way, Langford, he looks like an all-timer. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. At least he is playing like a future Hall of Famer. Wyatt, he scored on the Josh Smith single. And I'm going to show this for my A's fans who are still toughing it out. Shea popped off for a 2-run home run, the only home run of the game. And are you joking? A 3rd base clearing double, a Kyle Higashioka positional player double ends the scoring. So the Yankees go crazy with the home run ball. The Rangers have 3 base clearing doubles. By the way, this was Jacob deGrom's first win in over 2 years. Now let's go see how the Dodgers put up 15 of their own. Shohei, this is his first home run as a dad, 114 miles an hour off the bat. Maybe his dad's strength was delivered in a little tube via carrier pigeon because it took a little bit longer. Sandy, he's always been bad in LA, but man, he was really bad. Teoscar, this is an RBI double as the ball got away. Skipping to the 2nd after an Edman sac fly, Sandy walked a few more. You just can't do that ahead of Teoscar, the RBI machine. That's his 2nd RBI 2-bagger. He has 29 RBIs. Andy Pages, he's been red hot, another RBI. I think Mookie's like the only Dodger who hasn't gotten on base. There it is, a 2-run single. Sandy has not been himself this year. He's still trying to find that groove after Tommy John. He's allowed 20 earned runs with 13 walks, only 8 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts his last 16 innings. What a... Sandy, we got to figure it out, buddy. Will Smith, he was grooved a pitch right down the middle. He crushed it for a 2-run double. Tommy Edman sliced one to left. It's past the rookie Javier Sanoja. It's another 2-run base hit. And Teoscar, he laced another one to center field that the center fielder just barely missed. Teoscar is the first hitter in baseball to 30 RBIs. Pahe, he just cannot get out. He has 17 base hits his last 7 games. He has 7 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases the last week. That is insane stuff. LA, they came with the balanced attack. Every starter but Muncy and Conforto got on base 2+ times. Boston did not score 15, but what's the difference really when most of the final few runs usually come off positional players? Jaron, he ditched a leg kick, which I thought was crazy because he had a historic season last year after developing a leg kick, but look, the bat speed's up, the velocities are up, the hard hit percentages, they're all up, so what do I know? He's batting .395 with 6 extra base hits his last 7 games. Breggy bombs are back. Alex went 410 feet. He's batting .330 with 6 home runs. Christian Campbell, maybe this ball's gone as well. His 4th of the season. He also had an RBI double in the 9th that I'm not going to show because this game was a wrap. He's hitting .315 with the .420 on base, which is crazy for a rookie. I told you guys a couple days ago, the Guardians woke up Devers, or maybe he was just mad that Toronto put up a Ozempic sponsor sign right behind him as he was hitting. He goes 422 feet. Bregman and Story, they both peppered that gap between third and shortstop, and Wilyer Abreu, he just swatted Boston's 5th home run. He matches Devers going 422 feet. How did he go that far on a breaking pitch downstairs? Vladdy, he nearly matched those guys. He went 421 feet. He has 2 home runs now since I called him out for having no pop. You're welcome, Jays fans. It's unreal how my timing is, and this is also unreal. Dalton, he slipped at the track, and he basically made a behind-the-back no-look grab. That was crazy. I could not believe that. Crochet, he was pretty good. 6 strikeouts over 7, 2 earned runs, 4 base hits. He has a 2.05 ERA, and the Red Sox are now 17-14. The Jays, they were really good to start the year, but now they're 13-16. A big part of why they started so hot was Andres Gimenez with a crazy hot start. He had 3 home runs in his first few games, and everyone was calling me names and cyberbullying me on Twitter, but now he's hitting 138 with a 224 on base and just 2 extra base hits his last 24 games. A reminder, the Jays took on his contract. He's making $15.5 million next year and $23.5 million every year from 27 to 29. Technically, though, I did just call him out, so watch Andres go off for 5 home runs next month with a bunch of stolen bases and platinum defense, but as of right now, Anderson Jimenez, he's been the worst hitter of anyone in the month of April. I think even worse than Jock Peterson. I gotta show this Cubs game next because we have another near double-digit rout, and the Cubs, they seriously might have made one of the best signings of the last decade or half decade. Hold up, O'Neal Cruz, he just ran a mile to rob Kyle Tucker. O'Neal, he can be a legit superstar. Like, he's already teetering on superstar status, but if the defense keeps getting better, man, he can't get to this one. Say he doubles, and this is the signing I was talking about. Carson Kelly, the catcher. Reminder, catcher is hitting .350 with 7 home runs. He has 20 RBIs in 16 games, and it's not like he's getting lucky. Look at his baseball savant. Look at it. A sea of red, and he can still block with the best of them behind the dish. He has elite pop time as well. He's only making $5.5 million a year until next year. Nico doubled, and Heaney had to face PCA is a freak. 6 home runs, 12 stolen bases, 7 outs above average while hitting .285. He goes lefty-lefty. Shota, he was great, 3 or 4 strikeouts, but he had to leave with cramps. I hate that for him. The Cubs offense, they went back at it as Kyle Tucker. He drove in Ian Happ. Seiya, he's now driving in Tucker and himself. DH, Seiya has been a literal machine since last year. Last year, he hit .298 with an .850 OPS as a DH. This year, he's already up to 12 extra base hits and an .870 OPS as a DH. Dansby, he powered out their 8th run with his 5th home run of the season. Carson Kelly, for fun, got 1 more RBI, so that's 21 RBIs in 16 games. The Cubs, they beat the Pirates 9-0. So recently, we also called out Xander Bogaerts because he's shaping up to have maybe the worst contract in San Diego sports history. Here he is. He had a big game. This is an RBI up the middle off Logan Webb, mind you. Jose Iglesias, another RBI base hit off of Logan Webb. It's 3-0 in the blink of an eye. Willie Adames, he breaks up the no-no against Nick Pivetta. He's got to pick it up. Willie is hitting .212 with -7 DRS and -5 outs above average. Luis Arraez, I didn't know this, but he's back from concussion protocol. That is an RBI sac fly. Machado did his job. He goes straight away for an RBI single. Same with Jung Hoo Lee. He flared one to score Willie Adames. Pivetta, he was still really good though. 9 strikeouts. It's just that Jeremy Estrada couldn't bail him out. These 2 runs were credited to Nick. That's not very fun, but hey, check this out. His 3 earned runs allowed in this one raised his ERA to 1.78. That's how good he's been. Xander, did he hook it? He did a big 3 RBI night. Robert Suarez, he then turned in one of the most efficient saves of the year by anyone. He got 3 outs on 6 pitches. He has 11 saves. The Padres, they keep the Giants from getting their 20th W. San Diego is 18-11. The San Francisco Giants, they're still really good. They're 19-11. Even more long balls coming at you guys. Jorge Polanco is doing things that no young Seattle fan has ever really seen from an infielder. I'm not joking. Since Kyle Seager, probably. Mariners fans have quite literally been subjected to some of the worst infield offense I've ever seen. They deserve this. Rowdy Tellez, he saved Bryce Miller. Miller was pretty good. He tossed 5 shutout, but he did walk 5, so he had to escape some jams that he created by himself. Jorge, maybe again. Nope, Joe Adele got there. Not gonna lie, still kind of wish Mike Trout was out there in center field. Logan, how many home runs does Ohapi have? We love catchers who rake. He's up to 8 home runs. Polanco, he's watching it, so that means it's gone. Jorge Polanco's 2nd of the night was his 3rd base hit. He's just casually hitting .389 with 9 home runs and 25 RBIs. Zach Neto, he's seeing beach balls as well early in the season. He has 7 extra base hits in 10 games. He scores on the Shanuel double. And here's another RBI double. The Halos, they're creeping back. No, they're not, because Senior Smoke is back at it. Andres Munoz, he matches Robert Suarez with his 11th save. He's allowed 0 runs so far this year, just 5 base hits in 15 innings. The Mariners are 17-12. The Halos, they have no juice, no life right now. They're 12-16. Seattle is streaking. They've won 3 in a row. Houston, they're also trying to win 3 in a row, and I'm sure Seattle fans are annoyed because it's like, of course the Astros keep on winning when we start winning a bunch of games in a row. Kind of a weird start to this one. Kerry Carpenter 100% got hit by a pitch, but his team said, nah, we're not going to challenge that. Good thing they didn't. First base? Nah. How about 4 bases? Kerry now has 7 home runs and a 135 OPS plus for his career. Glaber had an RBI to right in scores the rookie Jace Young. I think that he's still a rookie. That's big for Reese Olson, who ate the Astros alive through 5. He tried to go 6, but he kind of just ran out of gas. Christian Walker, that's 2 straight games with an RBI extra base hit. It kind of blows my mind that the Astros have as many wins as they do without Walker, Jordan, or Yiner not really doing anything. They've all been slumping at the same time, but all 3 of those guys had RBIs in this game. Jordan, for some reason, was not walked with first base empty. That's an RBI. Izak, he then ran around for a triple. Jordan, he scores easy on that, and Izak, he can now walk home on Yanner's knock. It's 6-2 Astros. They threw Hader out there for some reps. That's a crazy swing. Carey just kind of threw his bat for a double. And what is going on? Glaber, he drilled a fastball into the Crawford boxes. He's hitting .292 with 3 home runs and a near 130 OPS plus. Hader had allowed 1 run all year. That's 2-on-1 swing. He did lock in. He ends it. He had to make fans sweat just a little bit as they've won 3 in a row. They're 16-13. They're just behind the 17-12 Mariners. Let's talk about some NL East baseball, shall we? First the Mets, and then that crazy game down in Philly. The Mets, man, they manhandled Erod. Ronald's little brother, he sprinted home. Luis Angel, he scores from first base on a Tyrone Taylor single. Tyrone, he then turned on the Jets himself. He scores as Jose Azucar. I forgot that he's still in baseball. He gets the RBI. Francisco, he tagged one. He dropped his barrel down in the zone for a 2-run tater. He's been so good this year. He's batting over 300 yet again with 6 home runs, 16 RBIs, and Gold Glove defense. Marte, I can't believe this. This one's gone as well. Another 2-run home run. Starling has been as bad as it gets. That home run raised his OPS to 87. Luis Angel got on again. He stole his 7th bag, a 355 on base with top 3% speed. Yeah, this is going to happen a lot. Tyrone with another RBI chance. He secures it. He's also been terrible. 2 base hits raised his OPS plus to 45. Whoa, check this out. We have some pinball teamwork. This is a web gem courtesy of Mark Vientos bouncing to Francisco Lindor. And now Tyrone Taylor, he's going to show off his defense as well. I thought no chance in the world. He gets there. He makes the diving web gem. Pete Alonso, what an absolute monster season he's been having. That's a rocket home run. He's basically batting 350 with 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. That basically sums this game up. The Mets have won 2 games in a row. They're 21-9 without much help from their $750 million man Juan Soto, which doesn't sound very fair. What if he gets going and the Mets keep clicking? All right, here we go. A rare back and forth game in this recap. It's kind of just been blowouts. Schwarber, he hit a baseball into orbit, not distance-wise, but like height-wise. He has 8 home runs on the season. But check this out. Johan Rojas did go to orbit distance-wise, 421 feet for his first home run of the season. Luis Garcia Jr., sheesh. That's also torched. His second gets the Nationals on the board. Mackenzie Gore and Zach Wheeler, they were really good aside from the home run ball. Gore had 6 strikeouts over 6. Wheeler, he had 7 strikeouts over 6 2/3. He's out the game though, and CJ Abrams had an RBI double off of Matt Strahm, so it's 3-2. I love seeing this. Look at this kid. Look at how much into the game he is. Like, in his mind, he literally is Jose Alvarado, and he just struck out Alex Call to escape the jam. Jose, by the way, had 3 straight strikeouts to end that jam. Philly, they grabbed a few more in the 8th inning as Trey nearly left the yard. Rojas, he scores from first base. Trey then scored on a wild pitch, but now Washington is doing the scoring. James Wood, he's handed a free RBI double. Rojas, he had such a great game. Now there's like a sour taste in the Phillies fans' mouths. Trey, he airmailed one, so 2 are on for Nathaniel. Oh my God. The Nationals are winning a 3-run pimp job. The Phillies, they're not going to quit though. Alec and Bryson, they both got on. Rojas, he made up for that blunder with a game-tying sac fly. Bohm scores. Stotts on third base. Finnegan, he spiked it. And then he spiked Bryson. That is a walk-off wild pitch. A painful walk-off because Bryson's hand literally got stepped on and cleated by Kyle Finnegan. The Phillies do pull it off. They've won 3 in a row. They're 16-13. The Braves were already playing much better baseball, and now they get a series versus the Rockies. All right, let's just get this over with. Michael Harris, that's an easy 2-run double. Tolia, thanks, man. He gave the fans something to cheer for. 415 feet for his 3rd home run. That was it for the Rockies, pretty much. Harris had a 3rd RBI on a ground out. Nick Allen, he's driving in runs now. 2 more. He's batting .380 with a .460 on base with 5 RBIs his last 6. Jesus is coming if Nick Allen is raking. Albies and Riley, they added a few more with some RBI singles. I guess Rockies fans, they're just enjoying the scenic views and ballpark. It is a beautiful ballpark, but I just don't understand why almost 20,000 people showed up. Maybe they're just there to watch the other team. I mean, that's fair, right? Riley's 2nd RBI makes it 8 runs. The Braves are now 14-15. They'll be 10 games over 500 within a month or 2. The Rockies, they're 4-25. What does that mean? That is the worst start by an NL team ever. The NL was formed in 1876. Milwaukee basically had the same game, just with a few more home runs. Rookie Isaac Collins, sometimes I just read the name wrong. He blasted off for his first home run, and if you're a Brewers fan, let me know in the comments. I didn't see a home run celebration. Were they just messing with the kid, or do they not have a home run celebration? Benny Biceps, hey now, Benny, he ties it with his 5th home run, and Luis makes it back-to-back. Luis Robert Jr. has had a painfully slow start. He has 4 home runs, and after that home run, He has a 72 OPS plus. It's tied again. William, he singles to right field. Joey Ortiz scores easy. This was not a fun RBI at all. Sal Frelick, he took one to the hands. That's another painful way to score. Caleb Durbin, he had Sal's back. He plates 2. Milwaukee seems to have a type. Short guys with insane speed, athletic ability, and the ability to just put a ball in play. Jackson got lucky because Vaughn, he was off the bag. That would have been a really nice web gem from Miguel Vargas. Instead, it's an RBI infield single. Collins had a second RBI. The Brewers went easy 7-2. They're back at 15-15. The White Sox, they're 7-22. We have an early 1-0 lead already for the Royals off the bat of Salvador Perez. He scores Jonathan India, who, by the way, India has 5 walks and 5 base hits his last 5 games. He's slowly coming around. Drew Waters, he took his first walk of the year. Freddie Fermin, he had a big game. He got Waters over to third base on the aggressive base running, and he ended up scoring on an Isbell sac fly. Speaking of being aggressive, Junior Caminero has one of the most aggressive swings I've ever seen. The 21-year-old is up to 6 home runs. That's all that Tampa Bay can muster up, but we're going to shift our attention to Bobby Witt Jr. because he gets one more at-bat. 20 games is on the line. Bang! He's hitting .337 with 12 extra base hits and 6 stolen bases over his 20-game hitting streak. He's hitting .330 over his last 191 games. The Royals, they got 1 extra run on Freddie Fermin's third base hit of the day. And Carlos Estevez, he didn't need it, although he did have a scary final inning with a few base runners. He ends Chandler Simpson's magical run to begin his career. He had an 8-game hit streak. He went 0 for 5. He's still batting .343. The Royals, they're back to 500 just like the Brewers. They're 15-15. The Rays, they fall under at 14-15. Whew, another monster recap in the books, and tomorrow's going to be even longer because if everything goes to plan, we'll have 16 games, so I'll catch you guys there. Be safe. Enjoy the web gems.
What a catch! And in a third. This one headed toward left center. Michael Harris gets to it.
Bill, that's lined at one off by Lindor. Like it's nothing. Out to Junior. The play is to second, and